So Mondays, Mondays have somewhat become like an Image comic book day. Outside of Wildstorm Wednesdays and Top Cow Tuesdays. So I guess Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, it's all Image comics on this channel. Save an endangered species. So Coyote's like a book that's falling apart at this point. It's got 2 issues left. A little bit of backstory. The people behind the book left the book, like meaning the editor that needed to be here, he leaves, and the book kind of sputters and dies. But along the way, they have these backup stories, and we all know who these backup stories belong to. They belong to Todd McFarlane, right here. Todd McFarlane. So many people go to Coyote issue 11. That's the one where the guy's kissing the girl and there's a kind of like a rain of fire in the background. But no one, and I thought this was interesting, no one talks about Coyote 14, which was McFarlane's final effort on this book. This is before he gets into DC. This is before he draws Incredible Hulk. But here, I mean, we get a lot of McFarlane isms, and I think we have to pay attention to it because we get the ribbons right here. We get the graphic design right here. McFarlane, he talks about this. He graphically designed his pages. Here we can tell. Even this, it's just symmetrical, and we have these like tentacle arms here, but it's very symmetrical. It's very McFarlane. Now, when he gets into DC caps it a little bit. When he gets into Incredible Hulk caps it. And then he slowly brings it back through the adjectiveless Spider-Man and fully brings it back with Spawn. So he goes on a little bit of a blackout period in his graphic design work, but I even think like panels like this with the cross, very early McFarlane. But we see, I love her ribbons here. He just draws on the entire page. It's so wild and cool looking. And again, too, like what he's doing here with her little bandana ribbons, what he's doing here with the tentacles. Look, even, what is this on the ground? I don't even know the story. I don't care. Maybe I'll read this someday. But even like all of this, like all of the detail, the reflections of these crystal balls, there's just a lot of weird things happening in this book. But we see like McFarlane hands and McFarlane faces. This is the McFarlane chick. And then it's this page, which is nothing but full-on McFarlane, illustrating corner to corner, giving us so many things to look at, giving us a McFarlane drape here. Again, like this type, it's not really piping. Piping is a different cloth illustration technique, but these are folds, but the way how he shades the inside of the fold, we see that too. He draws that in a Superman pinup for, I think, the 40th anniversary of that, or Superman issue 400. But again, too, like he puts the work into the detail. And I don't know, like, is this just like, are these like feathers? Are these just, is this like a growth or like a white moss or something? I don't know. But again, guys, we see this with Calypso in the adjectiveless Spider-Man. We see this in Spider-Man, I believe, issue 2. More and more McFarlane. Look, he draws the entire page here as a scroll, as a folded piece of paper, putting everything, like he put so much. And so you can kind of see where if he moves into like, we'll say like a proper comic book, right, that they're like, hey, McFarlane, like you can't do stuff like this. But even here, like, look, it's one panel, one panel, one panel, one panel. I mean, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is a 5-panel page and it doesn't look like it. Really cool. I view this like here, like magazine innovative driven stuff. And I say magazine because we saw things like this in Epic magazine. We saw things like this in Marvel Premiere magazine, where there was a bigger format. Those weren't published at the time, but they let the illustrators do a little bit more because they were a alternative to what you would buy on the regular shelf. But even here too, again, we want the McFarlane capes or the drapes and the wrinkles. But I mean, guys, like, hey, tell me this isn't McFarlane like really previewing everything he would become with Spider-Man #1 and going right into Spawn. We didn't get a lot of this in The Amazing. We got some of it, like he's McFarlane. People don't give him enough credit. He is a true master. He has a true eye of the long panel. He has so many interesting solutions for the long panel. But guys, even here, look, we go sideways and he gets the whole figure in the panel. And guys, we know this. This is a McFarlane demon here. I mean, if you extend this jaw a little and add 2 horns, you get the Violator. I don't know, guys. I thought I had to share this. McFarlane's final run, final pages, final story for Coyote. Really good stuff here.